Hello everybody. Our today's lecture is on Cavalier poets, a literary journey in 17th century England. Introduction. The 17th century in England witnessed a rich tapestry of literary movements, and among them, the Cavalier poets emerged as a distinctive and vibrant group. Their poetry, characterized by a celebration of beauty, love, and loyalty, serves as a captivating lens through which we can explore the complexities of the Stuart era. In this lecture, we will delve into the historical context of the Stuart period, examining its political and social climate as the backdrop against which the Cavalier poets flourished. Additionally, we will provide a broad overview of the literary landscape of 17th century England, highlighting the unique features that set Cavalier poetry apart. Historical context. Stuart Era. The Stuart period, spanning from 1603 to 1714, was marked by the reigns of James I, Charles I, the interregnum, and the subsequent restoration with Charles I. The cultural and political transitions from the Elizabethan era to the Stuarts brought about shifts in artistic expression and intellectual pursuits. Political and social climate. The early 17th century saw significant political upheavals, including conflicts between the monarchy and parliament over issues of power and authority. The tension between the divine right of kings and parliamentary sovereignty played a crucial role in shaping the political landscape. Socially, there were evolving attitudes towards power, class, and the role of the individual in society, reflecting the broader changes in European thought. Overview of 17th century English poetry. The 17th century was a dynamic period for English poetry, witnessing the transition from the Elizabethan sonnet sequences to the metaphysical poets and the emergence of the Cavalier poets. Metaphysical conceits, wit, and a departure from traditional poetic forms characterized the era, reflecting the intellectual ferment of the time. The poets associated with Cavalier movement expressed a devotion to the monarchy, embraced a refined aesthetic, and celebrated the pleasures of life. Characteristics of Cavalier poetry. Embrace of Carpe Diem. Cavalier poets embodied the Carpe Diem philosophy, urging readers to seize the moment and enjoy the pleasures of life. The poetry often reflects a sense of urgency, encouraging a live for today mentality. Celebration of beauty and sensuality. A central tenet of Cavalier poetry is the celebration of aesthetic beauty and sensuality. Poets often employed vivid and lush imagery to evoke the sensory experience of beauty, whether in nature or in matters of love. Use of ornate language. Cavalier poets were known for their use of ornate and elaborate language, creating a sense of richness and sophistication in their verses. Metaphors, similes, and elaborate expressions contributed to the ornamental quality of their poetry. Musicality and lyricism. The poetry of the Cavaliers exhibits a musical and lyrical quality, often resembling the cadence of song. Rhythmic patterns, rhymes, and a melodic flow enhance the auditory experience of the poems. Key themes. Love and romance. Love, particularly in its idealized and courtly forms, was a predominant theme in Cavalier poetry. Poets explored the nuances of romantic relationships, celebrating the joy and sometimes the pains of love. Loyalty to king and country. The Cavaliers were staunch royalists, expressing unwavering loyalty to the monarchy during a time of political turmoil. Poems often conveyed a sense of duty, allegiance, and a desire to uphold the traditions of the monarchy. Nature and countryside. Cavalier poets frequently turned to nature and pastoral settings as sources of inspiration. The countryside, with its simplicity and beauty, served as a backdrop for expressing the poet's love for nature and the tranquil aspects of rural life. Key Cavalier poets are Sir John Suckling. Sir John Suckling, 1609. 1642, was an English poet, playwright, and courtier. Born into a wealthy and prominent family, he received education at Cambridge and later studied law at Gray's Inn. Suckling was known for his wit, charm, and participation in the courtly life of King Charles E. Notable works. A Ballad Upon a Wedding. This work is a celebration of love and marriage, known for its playful and light-hearted tone. Why So Pale and Wan is a poem that explores the theme of unrequited love, showcasing Suckling's versatility in addressing different facets of human emotions. Robert Herrick. Robert Herrick, 1591–1674, was a clergyman and poet born in London. He studied at Cambridge and later became a devout Anglican priest. Herrick is known for his connection to the court, but also for his later years spent in rural Devon. Notable works. To the Virgins, To Make Much of Time. Perhaps his most famous work, this poem is a classic Carpe Diem piece, encouraging the young to seize the moment. Gather Ye Rosebuds is another well-known poem, conveying a similar theme of the transience of life and the importance of enjoying the present. Thomas Carew. Thomas Carew, 1595–1640, was a courtier, diplomat, and poet during the Caroline era. Educated at Merton College, Oxford, Carew served as a secretary to Sir Dudley Carleton, furthering his involvement in courtly affairs. Notable works. The Spring. This poem reflects the Cavalier emphasis on the joys of the changing seasons, using vibrant imagery to capture the essence of spring. A Rapture is a love poem that showcases Carew's skill in capturing the passion and intensity of romantic emotions. Richard Lovelace. Richard Lovelace, 1617–1657, was an English poet and soldier. Educated at Oxford, Lovelace was a staunch royalist who faced imprisonment for his political beliefs during the English Civil War. Notable works. To Lucasta, Going to the Wars. This poem reflects Lovelace's dedication to honor, duty, and the royalist cause during the Civil War. To Althea, From Prison is a poignant piece written during Lovelace's imprisonment, expressing the theme of love and liberty. Cavalier poets in historical context. The Cavalier poets were staunch supporters of the monarchy, particularly during the tumultuous reign of Charles I. Their poetry often expressed unwavering loyalty to the king, celebrating the divine right of kingship and opposing the parliamentary forces. Participation in the English Civil War. Many Cavalier poets actively participated in the English Civil War on the side of the Royalists. Richard Lovelace, for example, not only wrote poetry in support of the Royalist cause, but also served as a soldier and faced imprisonment for his loyalty. Patronage and sponsorship. The Cavalier poets were deeply embedded in the courtly culture of their time, often enjoying the patronage of wealthy and influential individuals. Patrons provided financial support, enabling poets like Herrick and Suckling to pursue their literary endeavors. Connection to the Cavalier lifestyle. The Cavalier lifestyle, marked by elegance, refined tastes, and a love for pleasure, greatly influenced the poetry of this group. Poets celebrated the courtly manners, fashionable pursuits, and the pursuit of pleasure, creating a distinct aesthetic that mirrored the culture of the royal court. Criticism and response. Praise for elegance and wit. Cavalier poetry was well received for its elegance, wit, and sophisticated linguistic style. The poet's ability to capture the nuances of courtly life and love in a refined manner garnered praise among contemporary audiences. Critiques for superficiality and lack of depth. Despite the acclaim, Cavalier poetry faced criticism for being superficial and lacking depth. Some critics argued that the poet's focus on courtly pleasures and love overlooked the profound societal and political changes of the time. Reassessment of Cavalier poetry's cultural impact. Modern scholars have reassessed Cavalier poetry, recognizing its cultural impact beyond mere courtly entertainment. The poems are now seen as reflections of the complexities of the 17th century, offering insights into political allegiances, social dynamics, and cultural values. Influence on later literary movements. Cavalier poetry has left a lasting impact on later literary movements. The themes of love, loyalty, and the celebration of life resonate in the works of subsequent poets, showcasing the enduring influence of the Cavalier tradition. In conclusion, the Cavalier poets, deeply embedded in the historical and cultural context of 17th century England, played a significant role in shaping the literary landscape. Their allegiance to the monarchy and responses to contemporary critiques highlight the intricate interplay between literature and the socio-political dynamics of their time. Moreover, the enduring legacy of Cavalier poetry is evident in its continued relevance and influence on later literary movements.